Where are you going to be? We got to plug these dates.
You guys. I'm coming east for the summer. So May 31st, I'm going to be in Tampa, Florida at Side Splitters. June 1st, I'll be at the new Madcaps Comedy Club in Palm Coast, Florida. Then I'm doing 2 shows at the fucking Sparrow in Charleston on Friday, June 2nd. Baltimore, Sunday, June 4th. Lexington, Kentucky the following weekend, 8th through the 10th. Then Asheville, then Philadelphia, then DC. Go to jmscomedy.com.
Oh shit, it's a lot. You got a lot
shows.
coming up.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do it in chunks. You know, it's like it's instead of doing
Every
2
weekend,
weekends
like
or 3
dying.
weekends a month. I'm doing spots in LA in May, and then I'm just forcing. Yeah. That's what I like to do. Just spurts.
I wish. Where am I? Where are we at right now? I'm going to be this weekend. When is this? Doesn't matter. No.
I mean, this will be 3 weeks from now.
Okay.
But you could say it and we could just put it on all of them.
Yeah, let's do it for all. Yeah. I will be in Vermont, the Vermont Comedy Club, April 27th to 29th. Back home for 2 weeks. LA first 2 weeks. I'm very excited. Come see me at the Comedy Store if you're looking for shit like that to do. I'll be in Austin, Texas at the Creek and Cave, May 19th, 20th. Then I will be in Dania Beach, Florida, which is 30 minutes from Miami. So if you're Miami, come. That's as close as I'm going to get.
Do it.
We'll probably be fucking the hot pilot before the shows.
Bendenito a Miami.
Can't wait for that. The 31st, I'll be at One Nighter, Nashville Zany. So come to that.
May 31st.
May 31st.
Okay.
Yeah. Lydia Popovich is hosting.
I love Lydia.
I love her so much. Then I got June 22nd to 24th. I will be, June 17th. I'm opening up for Tim Dillon in San Francisco at a theater. It's probably sold out. He sells shit out.
Yeah.
Then I'm at Spokane, Washington at the Spokane Comedy Club, June 22nd to 24th. Then I'm going to be Just for Laughs for a very long time. Just for Laughs Montreal.
She's moving to Montreal.
17th to the 31st. I'm there for a very long time.
Jesus Christ.
Doing 21 fucking shows. I'm doing the Nasty Show for 2 weeks. Then I'm doing my own hour 3 in the round. I'm doing a TV taping.
Look at you.
And then August, don't fucking look at me in August.
Don't even. You're going to go to the
I'm
cottage?
not doing shit. I'm going to the cottage. I'm not doing shit all in August. I'm fucking going to be a bum at the cottage, hoping my daughter doesn't get fucking pneumonia again.
You're taking her. Is she coming to Montreal?
No, she's going to stay. Well, she's going to stay at the cottage until my parents call me going, she has pneumonia again. I'm like, well, she's going to Montreal.
Well, she's a French golden retriever
Not
now.
having my dog in fucking... I was thinking about it because my agents were like, you can probably get the buyout and do the Airbnb. But I'm like, I'm not going to be partying till 3 a.m. and coming home and walking my golden retriever. She's staying in the cottage.
Yeah, well, it's good. Yeah, Just for Laughs is a scene.
It's going to be a lot.
So
it's going to be a lot.
You don't want Susan to steal
And
the
then
show.
my big Toronto show. If you're a Toronto fan, for God's sakes, I've already halfway sold it out. So if this show sells out, which it will, I'm not doing another one. December 14th, the Danforth Music Hall, the biggest venue I've ever done in Toronto. Well, besides opening for Bill.
Yeah,
the biggest
but
venue I've ever done myself.
Headline, yeah.
Headline, get tickets. I don't tell you. Go to fucking livenation.com. People are going to take a massive cost more. Livenation.com.
And we love you.
We love you. Bye.
Bye. I'm Jessica Michelle Singleton.
And I'm Steph Tolev.
We're slobs. Oh, man, we're so good.
We really are disgusting people.
This should be not allowed. Welcome to Slobs. We're here. Okay, we'll just sit there quietly.
Okay, we're here with Neal Brennan. We're shocked he said yes.
The Neal Brennan. I'm not shocked. He's a nice
Slobs.
guy.
Can I tell you something, Slobs?
Here we
I
go.
wasn't sure about the name, and now that I'm here, it works.
Yeah, now that you're like, I'm sitting
You
with a
know
woman
what?
who's
I
barely
wouldn't-
wearing shorts.
That's the only name
and a
you could have
slob.
gone with.
I know.
It's-
And I'm like, I'm excited because this is the longest we've ever talked. Because the other day,
I feel
in the green room, what?
Here we go. Here comes a Nealism.
Steph,
Here we go.
Now,
I love it. Oh no, big sigh.
what you've been yourself for? Let me go with some observations.
Okay,
You've been yourself since you were
Born.
8.
probably around 12, 13. Yeah.
You came into this.
Yes.
And it's been like it's like writing for a character that you deeply understand. Like, you know how to cut her hair. You know what shirts to get.
Yes,
Like, that's a
yes.
Steph Tolev shirt.
Yes,
That's a Steph Tolev jorts or whatever the fuck you're wearing.
Shorts.
That's a Steph
They are
Tolev.
jean shorts.
Okay,
That's
okay.
fair.
That's a Steph Tolev.
Yes.
They're actually
chain.
genderwear.
I'm a character
Yeah.
of myself.
Yeah,
Yes.
you're like, you built this, but it fell on it. Just you were born to do it. You're what they call in flow.
in flow.
You're
It's
in-
interesting you said it fell on her, because actually when she was 8, a woman did fall through a ceiling on her.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah. I
and I
saved
think
her life.
that's
You saved her life.
I had this shit so bad. I was sitting down waiting for my poo to go back in my butt because I couldn't shit publicly. And then
You're watching Slobs, ladies and gentlemen.
and then
On
she fell
PBS.
through the ceiling, and my large child body saved her life.
And from then
You've
on,
been
she's had a
this
mullet.
size
And I've
since
been this
for a while.
size. I've been this size.
At 8 years old.
I was a big girl. No,
Were you always like a...
I've always had broad shoulders and a big nose. Yeah, I've been a large woman for a long
Really?
time.
I was... my head's been the same size since forever.
I have other observations about you, which is
yeah, no, I
no,
can't
but
figure it
they're
out
not
myself.
even. You are.
We're not getting off you yet.
No, I thought we're done with me.
In the movie Inside Out, was there an anxiety character?
Can confirm. Can we pull that up on the screen, please?
I feel like you are walking anxiety.
Oh, man.
But you guys
I
think
work so hard to be chill.
I
need a
know,
10-day silent meditation.
but it can't. It's
It lives in me.
it just is. That's who you are. Like that's just it. Just is. Like
She's
you'll make
angry.
your peace with it. You're like
Frazzled.
you're like a field mouse in the city or something. You're like Fievel.
I have complex PTSD.
Five went
You do.
too west.
And I see everything at
As
everywhere
threat,
all at once.
scanning for threat.
Yeah. No, I'm constantly. I'm. That's not like a.
And you're tiny, which is like a fucking so unfair.
Yeah. No. It's I don't
Can
want
you
to
imagine
bring.
if we were reversed though? That'd be creepy. If you were
if you
my
were
size
like,
like
oh.
this, no, that'd be weird.
Yeah. No. What's so funny is like in my mind, I have pictured myself as like I think I'm like. I don't know if you guys
But
believe
the
in
thing
past
is,
lives.
we
You don't,
can
but
picture you thinking you're big. Like even that, you were anxious.
I fuck you.
I'm not gonna lie.
But I don't-
he could've
but I
nailed
don't
us
mean-
both pretty good.
I don't think I'm anxious. I think I just have a shake.
Yeah, exactly. You have.
I think that's a physical attribute of mine, but it's not because of my brain.
Right, but
No.
you just it's like you're.
I worry
Yes.
constantly.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
All right. Well, what do you do?
No. It's no.
Let's
But
analyze Neal.
fine, hit me. But I'm just saying, like, those are my observations about you. Do like in like we have intro relationships.
Yes.
Right.
You're in flow. I'm worried.
No, you're very much in flow. You're you're not. You're not like out of flow.
It's just a very erratic. It's just your
Well, no, it's just you're like
Flow is
this
stressing
is
everyone
what
else
you're
out.
supposed. You don't stress me out, but I it doesn't. It must be hard. Is it hard to be you?
What?
Did you take your ADHD medication?
I
today?
did.
Okay.
I take my meds. I took my vitamins. My
ADD?
My brain MD. Yeah, I'm partly sure that I'm taking ADHD meds for things that are maybe a symptom of trauma, but whatever gets my house clean, nothing. I don't love being me. I get very pissed off at people whose brand is their mental health because I'm like, I don't want to walk around going like, I'm just depressed. It's like, I don't want to fucking get me out of here.
Now you're turning the gun on me.
Yeah.
Now you're
Speaking
talking about
of,
my mental
if
health.
I could just talk
brand.
about what I've observed.
My
No, I mean, I
brand of
talk about it
mental
all the
health.
time too, but like, I hate being in my brain.
Yeah.
Do you? have that feeling?
It's gotten better. It's gotten more enjoyable. But
Yeah.
like, I was complaining to a friend at lunch, like, the thing that's on my mind right now is such a fucking waste of my time.
Really?
Just it's
Can you
it's
elaborate?
almost always a waste of time.
Such a small thing that really doesn't matter.
Yep. It's
Yeah.
just it's mostly just nursing old grudges. Like I have a nursery of grudges.
Yeah.
That
You're
I
like,
go,
I've been neglecting this.
Yeah, that I have to go and water and talk to them and
You fucking bitch.
yeah, but I'm like,
Why
it's
weren't
a
you nicer to
fucking
her?
waste of time because all the other players have moved on. Sometimes they're dead.
Oh boy, do I relate to that.
Like it's a total waste of time to the point where I'm going to get EMDR for it. Speaking of mental health, on Thursday because I'm like, this is such a waste of my time.
And like that's where it like drills. Like,
No,
they-
that's-
No, that's
memory way.
that's TMS. It's transcranial magnetic.
No, it's
stimulation. It's your eye movement. It should not work. It's the dumbest, like brain
works.
being dumb. Nate Bargatze has a really good joke about your brain being stupid, but
That's about your brain.
It's your eyes move back and forth, or you hold paddles, and then it overwrites a memory. with
Yeah.
like a different outcome.
It makes you like able to process a memory that you're having trouble processing. My therapist does a like thing called brain spotting, which is like an offshoot of it, of my therapist, who I am going back to because I have to go back to therapy. But
I think
See you on Wednesday, Sharon.
I want to hear what you how this works for you, because I think I have an issue where I dwell on. I have like high school bullies that still to this day like fuck with me, and I get so pissed off and I get angry for no reason, and I'll just think about it for a very long time and get like upset. But
So-
I'm like, I what is that? If
will
I
you
can
just
get rid
make
of
an
that,
appointment when you have a thing come up? Do you go, I'm going to go back to the
No, I
EMDR
was complaining
guy
about
or gal?
something else. I'll tell you what it is.
Down the barrel of the camera.
Okay, and I discussed it with a woman I dated at lunch. If somebody says I have an issue with you at work,
Yes.
whether it's stand up or directing or whatever, I can be
All
like,
those things.
okay, I'm pretty confident
Yeah.
in the job I'm doing. Like, what's your issue, right?
Let's
So I
talk it
can
out.
what'd you say?
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, yeah.
What the fuck? No, I'm kidding. It felt like it
Just
felt
spit your
challenging, but
coffee
I
in your
literally
face.
couldn't
See,
hear you.
I'll tell you what your issue at
Some
work is.
podcasts have headphones. You'll get there. You'll get there, guys. They're superfluous. But okay, so if I have to go to the principal's office at work, I'm like, I'm all right. Like, what are you gonna do, right?
Yeah.
If I'm in a relationship with somebody, whether it's just dating or it's serious or whatever, any sort of I have a policy which is, and I abide by it the other way, which is no notes.
No notes?
No notes. I'm not going to give you notes. The notes that are allowable is like on time. Like, you got to be on time. You got like certain shit. Like, if you say we're doing this, you have to, like, you can change plans, whatever. But like, just don't lie. Don't tell me.
General.
Yeah, that's my only like.
Respect my time. Respect
Respect my.
don't fuck other people.
Maybe, yeah.
If that's
if
your
it's
rule.
the kind of relationship, yeah.
Yeah.
So when I get a note or I get cried at or yelled at, I just get fucking like real tight.
Yeah.
And to the point where I'm like, I gotta look at that.
In relationships specifically.
Yes,
Sorry.
because at work, I'm like, I'm confident. In relationships, I can't be like, look at my body of work.
Yeah. And then you just slowly undress.
Look at these-
crying. Oh my god.
Yeah. No, like, you can't. I don't have, like, obviously, if I'm in a relationship with you, we both fucked up.
Yeah. You have, were your parents alcoholics, drug addicts?
One of them was. One of them was an alcoholic. The other one was helped. The other one just helped.
Enabling.
Yeah.
America.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's probably some sort of,
And I've been to a lot of 12-step about it. So it's like, it's a different thing, which is like a boundary versus a wall, which another thing I don't know how to do. Like, when I have conflicts with people, I'm big on like, let's just not talk.
just,
Yeah, because I don't know how to navigate a disagreement in a way. If people like genuinely apologize and then rectify the behavior, but in general, people apologize and then just repeat.
oh, yeah.
And it's like, what's the point of this?
Oh, yeah. The people who'll be like, I'm sorry, and continue to do the thing. Well, they're not really that sorry, is frankly what the point is.
That's the feeling I'm getting.
Yeah.
Well, so, okay.
But also,
Yeah. Well, okay. So how can you date people then
so you seeing anyone?
Yeah, I'm like, how do you?
I'm currently not.
Okay.
Because I don't. Okay, I'll explain to you my point of view on most male-female relationships. In my experience, I'll use other comedians. Ali Wong has a joke about like women are very good at making things very unpleasant if they're not happy, right? Mm-hmm. And that's been my experience. That if a woman doesn't, so in terms of negotiating outcomes, when a woman's controlling sex, and I want sex.
Yeah, well, you know the most why I'm here.
Yeah. That is gonna, you're sort of, it's a bit of a hostage negotiation. So I don't feel like there's level negotiating or good faith. And I just don't, most relationships look to me like a guy behaving in a certain way to get
Pussy.
sex points.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
it's like, well, that's no kind of life. I'm like,
No.
I would just rebel.
Well, I would say I agree with that being like a standard format of a lot of relationships. But like both people on those sides are not healthy. That it's like, sorry,
I agree. Right, but that's
like,
this is going to come across as like I'm just saying, like, that's what most relationships are. That's what a lot of my relationships have been, and it just made me miserable.
Yeah.
So like I'm in a place of like I'm just maybe gonna retire
from the
because I'm not especially lonely. That's the thing.
Well, that makes a difference.
Yeah. If you're not lonely, then yeah.
But also, if you're going into a relationship and you're like, well, I should be in a relationship for sex. I was like, if that's all you want out of it,
right?
Then that's not a relationship.
Yes.
Like, so you should be like
or I think people do it for kids, or they do it for
people trying to check a box other than like. I mean, I know everyone does it, but man, it's like I'm in a relationship. I'll get in a relationship because it's like I felt connected to a person. But the people who are like, I've got a mission and I need someone to fill the role for. That's when you
I'm
end up
looking
with someone
for a
you
position.
don't.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. You're
Like,
fucking interviewing people to be like, you'll do.
Yeah, I mean, most
I know. I do think most people
seem
are
like you'll do.
Yeah.
And if you leave that as like a MO, it's weird, but you kind of like, okay, it's a bit free floating. But like, my problems with relationships are never like, I gotta fuck too much and you're holding me back. Like, it's more just like, I don't like, yeah, like, I don't like, Larry David did a joke, who's got more freedom, married man in America or a single man in communist China? It's like 25 years ago I did that joke. I'm like, it just sticks with me.
That's
so
my wife.
Right. That's what I mean. So guys are doing that and women are going like, my moron, this moron that I've taken
idiot.
on. Yeah.
When it's like, well, then why did you marry a fucking idiot?
Yes. But you're not going to do that because you're pure and you like connection.
I've fucked up left and right. I've been like, oh, the connection was we were on edibles. I thought it was love.
Yes.
And I've been in a relationship with someone I hate. Like I've fucked it up left and right. But
it's also a big ask. Being like, hey, spend all your fucking time with me and make me the center of your. At a certain point, we need to switch chairs because naturally I go over here.
That's fine. My neck is killing me right now.
Do you want to?
No, I'm good. I was gonna say I think I'm with you on the retire. But I don't have that your problem. I keep finding men who are horrendous and who are bad and who are sociopaths.
Do they present as normal?
Yes, at the beginning, and then then they become somebody else, and then it's
Well, that's what's funny is I hear about other men, and I'm like, the fact that anyone has ever complained about me is insane. When it's like stealing and cheating.
Oh yeah,
someone's watching this now, and they're like,
it's like,
yeah.
But he rolled his eyes when I cried.
No,
at him.
exactly. Like I've gotten written up for swishing water in my mouth. Like the fuck are you talking? I got yelled at. I got written up
HR
because my girlfriend at the time moved in with me into like a beautiful townhouse, all expenses paid, but I had to get an office because I used to talk on the phone every couple days to somebody and there were no doors, and she was like, you have to get an office because it's just too loud when you're on the phone.
It's too loud in the house that you're paying for?
Yeah.
No, that would not. I would on no
and I said, like,
Nuts.
I made the joke. I was like, there's a way to, there's a way you could get some doors in your life. And she was like, you can never joke about that again. Yeah, you can
suck daddy's dick.
No,
for a
I
door.
didn't even. I made a mild
you
jab.
Get an office?
Yeah.
And then she was like, you can never make that joke again. And so I didn't. I abided by it. But it's like, okay, so I'm powerless. Cool.
There's got to be a line.
There has to be. I just keep thinking that are we just finding continuously the wrong people for us? Like, but how does that keep happening?
I mean, therapists would have us believe that, but I've failed in so many different ways.
I mean, well, yeah, no, everyone's going to fail sometimes, but it's also like, I think the biggest thing is finding someone you feel safe, but like communicating in those moments where you can like have a sticky, like, I don't feel good about this. I don't know. For me, it's like so much of the end of my relationships have been like, it turns out I've just kept all these feelings inside and I'm not going to address them now. I'm just going to be like, we should just stop. And like learning to be like, I'm just feeling uncomfortable. Can we like talk it out, and addressing like the messiness of like, I'm probably going to say this wrong, or like, I don't want to cry because it's not that big of a deal, but my body feels like crying. That's been a huge difference in my current relationship is just being okay. Like I don't want you to take it personally because I feel like crying. I'm not trying to manipulate you. I'm just too emotional.
Right. And as a guy, even what you just said is like, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah. I don't want to cry, but my body's telling me to, but I don't mean it toward you. Like, what are you talking about?
You ever, like in middle school, get a boner and there's nothing you can do?
Yeah, and then I grew
crying.
out of it.
That's crying for women. We never grow out of it. We
Right.
just go like, oh, well, here it is again.
Yeah.
Wait, what's your longest relationship?
3 months. No, I'm kidding. Like 3.5 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. I'm not like a fucking monster. I just can't. I have expectations that I think are pretty reasonable, objectively, and they're. I don't. But They haven't. We haven't matched up.
When you say no notes, you mean like?
Yeah. What's the no
Because
notes?
to me, no notes. I think.
No communication at all.
No.
I think it's like
Nope.
someone
No.
can't go, when you do this, it makes me uncomfortable. Is that a no?
It is a note because the outcome is I have to stop doing a thing that I've been doing for 30 years. That is another issue I have is everyone takes things personally, but I think people especially take things personally in relationships where it's
everything feels
it's like
so personal.
you know, I've had this habit since I was 8.
Yeah.
It
You know
has
what I mean?
nothing to do with you.
It's got nothing. Like even I kind of think finding someone attractive or not attractive in some ways has nothing to do with them. It has nothing to do with me either. It's like I didn't pick
who I thought
who
is,
I'm compelled and attract and want to fuck.
I mean,
like
I
didn't
wish.
pick it. So when somebody gets hurt, it's like this was decided in 79. Like what are we?
This is part of the hardware.
This was going to happen whether you. So no notes. I think it's a good. Certain restaurants, no substitutions.
Really?
Yeah, there are restaurants where you cannot make substitutions.
Yeah, I'll tell you what restaurants I'm not going to. Those
I
restaurants.
love those
Right.
restaurants. They have a fucking. I'm not gonna lie. Working in those restaurants, it's great.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Working
fucking
at
annoying.
them. Yeah.
Yeah, from
Isn't-
the
yeah,
point
yeah,
of view
yeah.
of the.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Being the person who never has to have any constructive criticism is great. No
But again,
feedback.
why? Who decides what's constructive?
Well,
It's not because it's like I never even I've like ended relationships with women and never even said why because it's not for everyone.
that's
You know what
so
I mean?
funny because my anxiety is so bad that I'm like, I've literally been like, could you give me some feedback?
No, because it's got
It's a
nothing.
fucking insane thing to do.
Because then you'll take it as people that are grudge holders or obsessors. I'll go, no woman can did it. Like, if a woman gives me a note, it means all women gave me the note. If a guy gives you the note, you're not going to be like, just Neal doesn't want me to fucking blow dry my hair. You're just going to assume in the next one that I can't blow dry my hair. I shouldn't blow dry my hair.
Feels like
so
a
let me
personal
just.
attack.
It feel,
wait.
it, I
was like, wait,
definitely.
you had to go after the blow dry.
It
I was like, wait,
absolutely
do you know,
was.
like, women blow
And if
drying
you
their
think
hair?
I know what a woman's hair looks like, blow dried or not, you severely overestimate it.
Could you imagine that was your big note? You're like,
Yeah.
I hate when women blow dry their hair.
Yeah, or whatever. Like, no, it's not worth telling someone because it's not. It's just my own personal preference. It's not like a note going forward. Like this is gonna work. Every guy is gonna feel this way. I don't know. This is how I feel, and I'm done.
I'm sick of your blow dryer. It was the blow dryer was the problem.
It's
what
like
a guy
that's
who won't really get
my
into
own
things.
personal. It's like a behavioral kink.
Okay.
You know what I
Ooh.
mean? Like I don't think I should tell you my behavioral kinks. Be you, and I'll see if they line up, and vice versa.
So
Can
there's women out there for you to be small and fun.
I know
between
that's
fun.
what I mean,
Yeah,
and I don't know how to find it. Like she may be out there.
Are you on the apps?
Do you?
What are you
yeah.
doing? You're on the apps.
Oh, he's on the app.
I haven't seen you on the apps. I saw Harlan Williams swipe right. Didn't match me.
I swiped right. I matched with Harlan Williams in 2012.
Well,
and
2012 I did.
He just sent sound effects. Beep, doop, boop, boop. And I was like, I'm just on this because I'm suicidal. And I just closed the app. I didn't say that to him.
And I
Please
matched
cut all of this.
Yeah.
I feel like it's private.
Oh,
Harlan
okay. You're
Williams?
right.
Yeah, just like I like you can cut me being on the apps. I don't like saying what a guy said on the apps or vice versa.
I mean, I just thought it was very on brand, frankly. But I was like, well,
I know I'm embarrassed for him though.
Can we cut this? I don't want Neal to be embarrassed in public
for someone
else.
Yeah,
he doesn't like being embarrassed.
Yeah, thank you.
Neal feels very uncomfortable.
No
He's
notes.
embarrassed.
No notes. I have some edits.
I do have a. Yeah. Hey, this
I have
isn't
some
a note.
specific audio edits.
Women, if you're interested in Neal, here's how to approach notes. Little edit.
If you need to keep that bleep at all, and then have me saying, "Can you cut all that?"
Yeah,
I'm telling you how
there
to do
he goes.
it.
Nice. He directs.
I used to direct.
He directs.
Like a couple months ago.
Direct my special. I have no special.
It's
wait.
not going to make it. It never makes a difference.
No.
I mean, it's whatever. Directing a
you
special
are
doesn't
okay,
make a
but you're
difference.
on the apps, and it's not.
I'm on the apps.
Okay.
Now I'm looking at the apps the way I used to look at like sneaker apps, where I'd be like, I don't need new sneakers.
Yeah.
Like I look and I'm like, she's pretty, but what am I?
Never gonna wear it out.
What am I? How am I going to disappoint her?
Yeah. She's just gonna be in a pile in my basement with
I
the
thought
rest
you
of
were
them.
just
bringing
like-
somebody by recently to the shows. I thought there was a lady friend you had a couple times here.
Uh-oh, gonna get somebody in trouble.
Maybe it was a couple
Yeah,
months
me,
ago.
but I don't know who.
Yeah, no, it was a couple months ago.
That's
Yeah.
I didn't get the person.
And again, yeah, like I can bring a woman by, but again, it's all it's all like, maybe.
Okay.
Can I ask you this about? I don't want to keep circling back to the notes thing.
You're so on the notes, Sarah. Yeah.
I mean, it's an interesting topic because
Have
it's a
you
fairly
ever-
controversial opinion.
Yes.
No, I think it's fine to not want to change based on a note. Have you ever gotten a quote note, a woman going, "Oh, this hurt my feelings," whatever the thing is, this hurts my feelings. Have you ever just gone, "Thank you for telling me that. That wasn't my intention. I'm going to keep doing it."
Oh, of course.
But
I mean,
know
I've
that
gotten
it's not personal.
I've gotten. I mean, first of all, it's
'Cause you can do that.
No one abides by the law. Just FYI,
Yeah,
no
yeah,
one.
yeah.
If you think a woman's
What?
gonna take a no notes,
Yeah.
law,
yeah.
I don't say no notes.
do you know
I just,
nothing? Have you never met a woman?
Yeah. I have 3 notebooks in my purse.
It just means like less is all they take it as. Like so,
Okay.
some I go no, and they go some, and I go all right.
Well, there's going to be notes. There's never not going to be notes.
Right. So, which I understand. I just try to give as few. I try to do none.
What about in
You two could never date because you got is notes.
what? I mean,
Oh, you have notes.
I love notes. What about in the bedroom? You know notes in the bedroom?
Oh yeah, you can give. That's
You can tell
because
me
that's
I'm fucking bad,
I'm
but
there
not loving
to
bad.
do something for you, basically. Do you know what I mean? So like that's just like some basic like back, stop.
okay.
Like no, cut
More
it
of
this
that.
way.
Okay.
Yeah.
To the left.
No, I
there's
have a joke that I've never
communication,
done,
but
which
there's-
is
But
giving oral sex is an escape room.
excuse me?
Giving oral sex is an escape room.
How do you
basically.
fare in
You're-
escape
You're
rooms?
pushing, and does this lever do anything?
And you're
then
trying to get out as
eventually-
fast as you can.
Yes. Yes.
Finding little locks.
Yeah,
and
trying
And you're
little
calling
lie.
your
What does this
friends
one
who are
do?
also in there with you,
Yes.
losers, because you're beating them at
you
everything.
don't know your cell phone. You had to put it in a case outside.
Yep.
Not
And then
easy.
you're like, what if this is not an escape room?
Puzzle
They're actually
solving.
a serial killer.
What does this axe do?
Pick
for
up the
instance.
phone. Pick up the
Yeah.
phone and see if they say anything on the phone.
Yeah.
Bottom of the
so
axe. I feel good.
so yeah, give notes bedroom wise.
I would argue in a relationship, you are there to give something to a person.
Yeah, I agree. Like that is a service position, as it were.
No, I mean outside of sex.
What do you mean?
You're there to give and receive love and support.
I think you're there for connection, and I think it's got to be pretty effortless.
Has to be an effortless connection.
I think so. I think ideally. Yeah.
I think there's
I honestly will agree with that because after seeing some of my friends' relationships recently and my own, I'm like, if it's going to work properly, it shouldn't be all this fucking nonsense.
I was a friend of mine. We used to talk about relationships all the time, and I was like, if you fall in love, you can't help it.
no.
You can't. This thing of like, we'll nurture it. Motherfucker, it's the flu. You can't.
It's the flu.
You can't not get
It's a
it.
sickness.
Like you can.
you
It's
can't stop
coming.
it.
Whether you can't stop it, and you also can't.
Keep it from leaving.
You can't welcome it. Like I mean, you can welcome it a little bit, but not really. It's just a thing that happens, and no one knows why, or else they would sell it.
And you guys think it can't be nurtured at all? I'm not saying like you could make
Not
it work
really.
with someone you don't have. You have to have a connection, obviously. You're not just like, I hate you. Should we try to be partners?
No,
That's crazy.
I know. Obviously, there has to be some, but the amount of work I'm seeing some of my friends put into these relationships, it's fucking crazy.
It's they're putting
their whole life.
Putting,
well, that's codependence.
Well, that's a problem.
but again, when there's a culture of relationships are hard work, where's the line? You know what I mean? Where's the line? And like relationships are hard work, all the notes you can eat.
I think it should be all the notes you can eat. Relationships are work. I don't think it should be necessarily hard, but it should be that it's not all like sunshine and rainbows all the time. Like,
Obviously, but like I look at people like, okay, for example, my sister and her husband are like, they never fight. They're like ideal. Like it's perfect. I see
They
them.
never
I see
fight.
them. They literally barely
You should
fight. That's
feel
it.
like you're robbing a bank every day. Honestly, where you're like, I can't
believe
the
I get
times
this.
I've been in love, I've been like, this is so crazy. I feel like I hit the lottery. Like I don't know why it happened, but I'm so my life's like way better. And now the hard work part, and it's not even hard work because I think like I think you just need continuous luck, so to speak. But there is like emotional hygiene. Like you need to be like
taking care of yourself.
yeah,
so you
and
can
taking
show up
care of
as a good
yourself,
partner.
and also like being honest about things and like leeway and so
Or
and
like-
again asking for what you want versus compromise. Again, it's another one of those like no fucking idea, no idea when I'm supposed to. What is like a deal breaker and what's fine.
The no
like just
notes might
having
be
a
a deal
guess.
breaker. No kidding.
I mean,
Again,
you can't say no
the
notes.
start
and
is
then
no
I can't.
notes.
Okay.
Eventually, I mean, again, I'm asking a woman for no notes. You know what I mean? Like right there. So
like,
they just
few
hear
ideas.
some notes, less than all of them. Is what I know I'm gonna get.
Is your no notes, and then I'll move on. I swear to God. This is the original.
I have another question
This
for
is the
him.
original thing I wanted to ask, and then I really spiraled
Okay.
out. But is it because you think you don't need notes, or because you don't like the way you feel getting a note?
Both.
Okay.
What again? Not like I'm so great. Like I'm unnotable.
But you just like, I know I'm not.
I
This is
just
how
like
it's gonna
it's
be.
not aggressive. It's pretty the fucking
You're like, I've done all
clay
the
is
changing
pretty
I can.
set.
Yeah,
Also,
yeah.
you're talking to a guy who does constant self-improvement.
That's true.
Therapy and I'll travel and fucking ayahuasca and DM like I'm working on I'm giving myself notes. But the notes are for my own happiness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're for my
Me. Yeah.
happiness of like, what do I need to be happier? I've heard that's good. Let me try that. It's not just like you need to fucking show your tits more or whatever. Like
It helps.
Dumb
Have
note.
you tried showing your tits more?
Whatever dumb note a guy would give to. I hear the guys you date give. The emotionally abusive
Hey,
guys
pull
you
out the
date.
tits.
Just like dumb nonsense. Why don't we go out more? Just like what good is this going to do me in my life?
I
So
guess.
and then I feel bad, like because I feel like it's so insulting because they don't realize like this is so personal to you, and if you can't handle this problem in house,
Yeah.
something's wrong with you.
Well, I'm getting off the note thing.
Okay,
I was
but
going
a
to
couple
ask.
of notes.
Oh my god!
I'm just
I
kidding.
swear to God. Do you get recognized on the apps?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
What is your? Because I've been getting recognized on them now. I can't get on Raya. It's an ongoing nightmare of mine. I bullied
It's
somebody.
not great.
I bullied somebody who works here. I don't know what happened. I can't get on the apps. But I'm finding it now. It's
Somebody
like-
described girl said Raya is should be called DJs and athletes who will fuck you tonight.
Well, I want on it then. God damn it! If that's the
Yeah.
fucking outcome.
Yeah, well, let me tell you. There's also they're real liberal with the men
They've
they're letting
lowered
on
the-
there.
they've lowered the
Because I
standard.
shouldn't have been on there. I saw the women. And I was like, well, there's clearly I slipped through a crack. It's just women who are the hottest people alive, and then there's just like fat men who work in real estate or something, which is fine if you're fat and you work in real estate. But I was like, well, where's the? It kept
can't
trying to
go.
match me with a fat guy in a banana suit, and I was like, enough. I said no. I don't
I
want to date
want
the
to
fat
match
banana.
with him.
You can block. That blocking's helpful.
I thought I did.
But so do you like when somebody recognizes you on it, or are you like, is that like
Most
kind
of the time,
a
it just
red
makes
flag?
no difference.
Okay.
Really.
Yeah, it just is not gonna affect things one way or the other.
Has anyone ever gone? Do you say that on the app that you're a comedian?
No.
Oh.
But like, that's if they recognize you. That's
Yeah,
why.
yeah, yeah.
I
Yeah,
wouldn't
no.
put comedian because it's like, it's a
Well,
bad.
I get it.
It's a bad. I wouldn't
terrible.
want- yeah, like
It's embarrassing. We don't do it.
I
just
do
wonder,
it. I do it. It says I'm a fucking comedian. God damn it.
I think I did the last time I did, but it's like because of the fucking commentary. That's what I was going to ask if women go, "How's your little comedy thing going?" If they don't recognize you.
Oh no! Well, no, that is. Yeah.
'Cause
no,
do they
it's
think you're, like,
funny. No, it's
aspiring?
funny. Yeah, when they don't know.
If someone for
like,
some reason
like,
doesn't,
what do you? Yeah, and you're kind of like, oh no, I do all right. Like, because you don't want to be like Google me.
Yeah.
That's worse than any. Like, so you just have to go like,
you know, I'm working. It's
Yeah.
it's
But
a
I
living.
feel like I feel like because of my comedy so repugnant and you're like it's disgusting. But yours, like if you brought someone to a show where they recognize you, they're like, oh, this is a nice man. I feel like I have to warn guys that I'm a raunchy comedian, or they'll be like, I fucking hate this person. Because
Do
you
you
either
think
really like it or you don't
guys-
like it. I think I'm very
Splitting?
yeah, and I'm very specific.
Yeah.
So the guys that do like me do.
they really
Yeah.
like
but
you.
but the majority don't. So
yeah. But I mean, you know what's funny is it's kind of true for everyone. Kind of like, yeah, the women that like me really like Louis did a joke on his most recent special about when a younger woman likes him, and people are like, "That's creepy of you to like," and he's like, "I'm not being creepy. This is natural." She's being creepy.
She's into
Anytime
old men.
anytime a woman, I've always thought it was a fluke. I've always been like, okay. I've never been like, I get it. It's always gonna like, all right, fine. Let's just get you out of here before you change your mind.
Yeah.
That's
Before-
generally my MO is like, I don't
Before
know
this
why
fog that's ascended
Yes,
over your
yes,
brain has.
yes.
Yeah, I mean, I think most people. I think there's obviously people who are just objectively, attractive. They match the social thing.
Yeah,
but most people are
symmetrical
like
thing.
sort of a fetish of type. Like
I totally agree.
like that's no man is ever on the fence about me. They're either like no or they're like oh, like it's
Yeah.
Yeah,
The-
I think because of my, most people have seen me on the Burr Netflix thing. That you're always like, another girlfriend of mine found you funny. You've never once said you found me funny, which is it's fine because I feel like your comedy and my comedy are very different. But you're always like, another girlfriend of mine found you funny.
No,
and I'm
be-
always
Women
like,
love you.
Women do love me.
No.
I would be.
Stop right there.
no.
I want.
I
the
don't
notes.
remember you complimenting my you started it. I'm a senior in high school. You're a sophomore. All the compliments should have already flowed my way.
How long have you been
High
doing it?
sixth grader here.
I've been in comedy 30 years. I've been in stand up
Okay.
this time 15.
Okay, I'm 20.
So 20. All right, great. So I stand by my original point of view. And so again, still waiting.
I
And
find you
no, I don't. I find. Don't say.
I just want to
find
say
you.
I previously said you're both funny.
Thanks.
Yeah.
So
I just feel like your comedy's smart and my comedy's stupid. So I feel like
nah,
smart people
I don't think it's that simple. I think your comedy's very stupid. I'm kidding. When I say, do you know when somebody?
You call it
I
comedy.
never seen you, and somebody said like, "Have you seen this girl?" And I was
Okay.
like, "Oh no, I haven't seen her." So that's why I was like, a girl I know really like, because it was
Okay.
like I still haven't really seen you.
No.
In fact, I missed you getting a chair thrown at you.
You did. You came on after me after that. That was that would have been a fucking good set to see me because I,
know.
killed.
Well, no,
after
I
it.
did. No, I did watch you kill after it. Which
okay.
was very funny.
Killed afterwards. Well,
Yeah,
You
but
were
I
half
didn't.
as well.
I didn't. I had to go to the hallway real quick.
Yeah.
I had to go not look at
I
you.
had to go get the hell out of that room.
I had to go find the chair for that man to throw.
yeah.
So
totally
I
know
don't.
if it was
So
you.
if a girl likes my, I think some that want to. If a girl likes my like Netflix specials, which are kind of sad, I'm a little bit like, I don't know if it's good or bad.
Okay.
Meaning, but I'm not like
They're gonna want to talk about it.
right. But I want to talk about it anyway. So meaning I want to talk about emo shit naturally.
Me too. Yeah.
Naturally. So So it's if you like it, it's again if you like it, you like it. But
I'm
we
finding,
don't
like,
pick it.
Okay, because I'm finding like the guys who are big fans of mine are weirding me out now.
Well, and it's certain. First of all, being a fan of anyone is the corniest shit in the world.
Yeah, when you're like,
Do you know what I mean?
really-
Like waiting for some, like it's just not adult behavior.
No, it's very bizarre.
your personality is that thing.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
very. It is.
So
We're so grateful for it.
yeah.
you should work with people and be like, occasionally compliment them. That's a healthy behavior.
Okay. Now I'm learning.
I
my
take this
lesson.
off and I'm wearing T-shirts of both of you.
I would love that.
Awkward.
So yeah. So I don't really know what to make of that. I kind of don't look into it very much.
Okay.
Meaning, I get that if I know I have some status which is attractive, which is weirdly is not that helpful for women. Meaning,
No,
like, for
women
you
in
guys
coach
to
like
have
works
status.
against
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Men are so intimidated by it.
You know that
Yeah.
study of the more degrees you have, the less likely you are to be married.
Oh well, good.
It's like the saddest study in the history of women. The more advanced your degree, the less chance you are of being married.
yeah, but also,
Oh no.
did they factor in how many of those women maybe don't even want to be married?
Yeah, like I'm sure none of them do, and I'm sure they're super hot. And to totally contradict your other point, men are not intimidated by it.
Yeah.
So I think I think women win again.
We did it,
did it.
gals.
That's what
Feminism is
yeah.
done.
But also like educate, and then education's the best prophylactic on earth. Like the more education a woman has, the fewer kids she has, which is good
Is
for
education.
which is good on the one hand, but
Bad
also
because not educated people keep having kids is what you don't want to say.
correct.
But y'all just keep fucking shooting them out.
Yep.
And we are getting dumber as a society.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, everyone, anyone I know who's ever struggled that like has wanted kids and like, I'm just having a lot of trouble too. I've been like, man, it would be great to have more of you in the world. And then someone else is just like, I can't stop getting
Yeah,
pregnant.
yeah,
They're
yeah.
just shooting out
Yeah.
with one tooth.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
Um,
Do you?
Huh?
No, go ahead.
No.
Do you get intimidated by powerful women?
I don't think so. I've dated successful women.
Have you did
The
comics
last girl
before?
I did, the last girl I fell in love with was like successful.
Really?
Yeah.
More
Fell in
successful
love
than you?
last year. No.
Okay.
I mean, it's hard. You're very successful.
I mean, hello.
I mean,
Duh.
Have you ever?
I dated a woman who was more successful, and I told Taylor Talmanson this story where, I slept over at her house, and her assistant, gay guy, was like, "Hey, can I make you a smoothie?" And I was like, "No." Like I didn't want it because I would have let her make me
the
one.
heck?
Gonna
But
let
I'm not
your
going to let some employee of you. It's the dumb. It's like I was like, you're a moron. As I was saying it, I was like, this is moronic, and I couldn't
Take
stop
the
it from
smoothie.
happening.
It would have been a good smoothie.
You know what? I wouldn't like that either.
Oh, I'd like it. I'd take the smoothie.
no,
Are you kidding me?
that'd be weird.
There's just something about it that
Well,
was
it's
like,
just immediately a lack of intimacy for me. I would go like, oh, I'm just a person visiting your office at this point.
that was. I'm gonna give myself that credit.
That's
Don't
not
deserve
what it
it.
was.
It was pure sexism.
Oh,
Like I
Okay.
didn't want. I can't even explain it. Like I didn't want. I want
Help
her
from
to
her.
make me something like on some cave shit.
Oh,
Okay.
But
make
I
me a
don't want her to
sandwich.
be successful enough to hire an assistant. That like that's not what I actually thought, but like that's what was happening.
no, like a caveman brain thing. I was like, no, I don't want the thing to just be made through you. I want you to
yes,
make the
by
thing.
your talent, I want you to be barefoot and pregnant and just like dumb.
Yeah, that's your animal
like-
lizard.
Yeah, just dumb. But like I don't. But I was happy. The woman I dated that I fell in love with, like she was successful and talented, and I was impressed with it.
Cooked and cleaned.
In what'd you say?
Cooked and cleaned.
Yeah. She actually did cook. So whatever, that's irrelevant. But it didn't it's kind of irrelevant to a guy, meaning I'm not
It's not a turn
looking-
off, but it's
not
not
a turn off. It's like neutral. Like it's not if I think like, well, she can provide for me, I'm like a loser scumbag.
That's sad.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
the
yeah.
same as what I always say, that like, I think that's what being funny as a woman is. I've had friends go, men don't like funny women. And I'm like, no, that just isn't the thing that's going to move the needle. It's a bonus.
Yeah.
They're either into the other
Yeah.
things and they like that you're funny too. No one's like, I loved her, but too many jokes. Like, she was too funny. So
It's also
Yeah.
like, it's good, but like, if you say something funny and then like grab my dick, I'm like, oh, this is great. You know what I mean?
Put her
Like,
there,
this is a
sport.
lot of stuff. These are a lot of attributes that are positive.
yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not like, hey, one or the other.
Yeah. But fun here, I think
Dick or clown nose. Pick
Yeah,
one.
exactly.
I mean, well, not to be like men versus women, but I think funny can like move the needle for a woman.
Oh,
Like, someone can be not attractive and then they make you laugh and you're
A
like,
guy?
a guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. To a woman.
It's immeasurable. It's
yeah.
fucking immeasurable.
You're like, yeah,
Hello?
I know.
The amount. If I was a
I've
man,
built
in comedy,
an empire of pussy around it.
I was like, if I was a
Girls?
guy, I would be fucking raking it in.
Oh yeah.
Oh, my God.
Well, you'll see it all the time. Just like someone who's like new at comedy or like some funny like unemployed.
We can look at my
Yeah.
sex
Schlub
list.
will have
All
some,
the
like, a
fucking
hot-
open micers I fucked when I moved here. I was like, oh, that guy's hideous. It's kind of funny. The
Yeah.
amount of ugly
Yeah.
men I fucked is unreal.
Yeah.
Because they made me laugh. Where I think with a man isn't like, if you're not initially attracted to someone and then all of a sudden you have a conversation, they're hilarious. You're not. Are you? Am I wrong? You're not like suddenly she's attractive,
No, you
yeah, yeah,
cannot make yourself.
hot.
I almost fell for it one time where a girl was so like confident and glib that I almost
You almost got me.
I almost fell for it. Then I was like, no, I don't like the shape of her face.
I don't want to look at
Like
that.
I don't
naked.
want to. I don't like. I'm not like physically sexually attracted to her. Like I don't. She doesn't bring any of the assets. But I almost fell for it because
Almost.
she was so like, yeah. Then we're gonna go and I was like, all right, Mister. Like
Free candy, sure.
yeah, like it was that, and then I was like, no, I can't. I couldn't do it.
Man.
So it almost happened, but but
Almost.
no,
I can't
it's
believe
got to
you
be.
slipped up
It's like
once.
the simplicity of the cave needs.
Yeah, men are like a visual, physical.
Yeah, like
Their
is
brain's
she
like, will she make a baby?
feminine
That's the
energy?
deep
Yeah, it's like or feminine energy.
Yeah.
like that's what I'm.
attracted to.
Yeah.
What's feminine energy?
Not me.
Candles?
Have
We're
you
both
seen
like,
that-
what is?
Have you seen the
not
Slobs
us.
podcast?
That's what people say. A lot of feminine energy.
Yeah. I'd say right now, anybody who ain't us.
Yeah.
This is the only feminine energy in this whole room is this little awning here.
That was specifically chosen by the girl who helped us design
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
You
yeah.
never would have thought of that.
No,
We're
no,
like,
That's
a
what I'm
trailer
saying.
with lawn chairs. And she's like, what if we put a little...
yeah, a
like-
little something, a little pink.
And I'm like, oh, I guess.
Don't worry, none of it'll get on you.
Hey, we did help spray paint
You
this.
got,
at that.
you spray painted? That's hilarious.
We help make this fucking
This is-
thing.
yeah,
We
this
cut
is-
shit
we
up.
made this.
We
You put
made
on
this
your
fucking
overalls
thing.
and yeah, again, not feminine. Ladies, take the hint. Hire a Mexican.
Yeah, no, if I wasn't a comedian, I was going to go into engineering. I get that I'm not.
Well, no, like
I wanna
feminine.
build
It's just
shit.
like literally it's just soft power. It's like it's nurturing. It's
Make the sandwich yourself.
it's
You make me the
nurturing,
smoothie.
It's like
I don't cut the
it's
crust off. I eat them off. and I hand it
providing.
over to
It's
you.
like it's just like dumb stereotype shit. It's like what's masculine? Broad shoulders and jawline. It's just dumb. We're attracted to disappointingly simple things.
Oh yeah, there is that like animal part of your brain.
Yeah.
Man, because I don't know. Have you guys had the experience where you're like, you meet someone who in theory checks all the
Yep.
things, and you're like, yeah, why don't I want to be with you?
Yeah.
You know, like what? You're great.
Yeah.
I have a male friend who I think puts out some sort of energy to everyone he meets. That like, I keep trying to be like, you should date that guy, and everyone's like, he's great. But
Yeah.
no,
Who?
I'm not gonna say it.
There's no friction. There is no like, there's just no tension.
There's not. You have to have some type of. There's like a spark or like a thing.
It's like the dinner thing where everybody brings a potluck. You can't bring the same dish. You got to bring something that complements what I'm bringing.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Can't
On
do
3,
potlucks.
sausage meatballs. What are you guys bringing?
I can't do potlucks. I need to see the way
You're
someone's
bringing
making it.
sausage and meatballs.
No, you're
No,
not.
they're meatballs made out of. No, they're not. I'm bringing peanut butter pie,
Peanut butter pie.
chocolate crust. It's so good.
What kind of dinner party is it? Just like a random.
It's a potluck. It's you just bring
Yeah.
everything.
No, but if it's like a turkey dinner, I have a special thing I'll bring. If it's like
Oh
a
yeah,
fucking
green bean casserole.
or probably.
I bring green bean casserole. This is why I can't go to the same Thanksgivings. This is why we're going after the
I'll
same
do
men.
I'll do a yam casserole with a nice. No, I make my fucking cheesy carrots. Okay,
See,
that's
look
awesome.
how feminine we are. We're arguing about
See,
recipes.
look, my
You're
womb's
wondering
hurting.
What I'm bringing a dick sandwich.
oh, lady.
Here it is.
Where's
No
my
notes.
plate?
No notes. He puts it down. No notes on the sandwich. No
Dick sandwich.
notes.
The bread's a little bit. No notes.
It's a little. We're not doing that.
What are we talking? A hoagie, a slider? Okay.
You need you need tension. You need someone to bring something that you can't provide for yourself.
Yeah, so that brings that makes sense. I think that's the whole
We'll
opposite
see.
attracting.
I think it's like men
We'll
are
see.
grounding for most men are grounding for most women. Most men are like rational, kind of like physical, brutal, like I'll fucking move the thing. Like
yeah.
And women are not that.
They're the weight that's tied to the helium balloon.
Correct.
And the woman is a
women are more
balloon
just
whipping
like,
in the wind.
And like ideologically and like this idea, that idea, this feeling, that feeling. I'm crying, but it's not my body. My body's all that shit you were saying earlier.
It is my body. It's
No.
it's my body, my choice, and I choose to cry in front of you.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
It's not
so,
a choice. It's not. But it's a choice. The crying. Never mind.
Yeah, so these are all stereotypes. I would say applicable 70% of the time.
I think so. I would agree. Men are grounding. I feel like many of my relationships I've equated to like an old man flying a kite, and I'm just a kite whipping in the wind trying to blow away. But
And that's the fun about it. It's like it is from a guy's point of view. It's a bit like, what's this daffy broad doing? And then you go like, what? And you kind of have to be like, okay, all right, yep,
Yeah.
we got to go antiquing.
yeah,
Fucking dump. Let's go shop for
Antiquing
shit
is fun.
no one has needed for 80 years. But
It's fun.
For some reason, you enjoy it. Sure.
okay. Well, I've been dragged to a car show, so we're all bringing things. You know,
Absolutely. Fahim does a joke about it. Guys
Compromise.
are never like, why don't you ever come to WWE with me?
invite me. Hello.
I believe it.
You might have the best Rolodex for comedians' jokes I've ever heard in my entire life.
I like comedy.
You really do. Like
I
this is
really like
crazy.
comedy. Like I really like I can do it from like 1988 on.
That's insane.
More or
Wow.
less. Not everybody, but like
88.
if I like,
Yeah,
a,
like a
joke,
joke,
I can
yeah.
remember like which is bad because I'll think of a joke and be like, oh no, Patrice did that in 98.
Oh yeah, because
No,
you have
that's
like it's like good because you never.
Yeah.
I mean,
You're never gonna do something.
the
somebody
amount
else
of
done.
times I've had like a new joke that I thought like, man,
I did
I
it.
really got some here, and someone goes, hey, and by the way, is what you like. You should do that. You should go, hey, just so you know, someone, especially the famous like.
I go
so-and-so
back and
comedian.
forth on it, meaning I used to tell people.
Yeah.
And then sometimes now I do the calculus of like, well, I'll tell them if it's gonna make them look bad.
That's what I'm
Yes.
saying. So if
Like
people are
it's
gonna go,
risk-
you
I
stole
literally
that.
did a Seinfeld joke maybe 5 years ago, not even realizing it, and then I caught myself. But I did it once and was like, if I'll have like a nagging feeling. of
Yeah.
like, just feels like I should have.
But if you have it on Netflix or something like that, and you see a comic do it, I think at that point you'd be like, hey, just this is like on a fucking special of mine.
Yeah.
Like it's
But I've
similar.
actually also had people do jokes of mine, and after I did them on TV, and no one cared. And so then I'll see. I did a joke, then somebody else did a joke very similar, and then I saw somebody a couple weeks ago do a very similar joke, and I was like, I could tell. What's the point?
It's like I mean, it is sort of. Yeah, and is it like exactly? Do you think for sure they're stealing from you versus like parallel thought? And then there's also
Right, and also like yes, I don't think it's stealing. By the way, like I don't think it's.
there's
I
only
think
so
it's-
many things to observe.
Yeah.
Yes, there's
Yeah.
there's 5 things.
Yeah. Women should make
Women
my
are
smoothie.
like,
No
don't make my
notes.
fucking smoothie, honey.
I have a dick sandwich.
I have a dick sandwich smoothie. I open with dick
online
sandwich.
dating.
No, yeah, there's only so much you. But even when you're writing, I think about that where I'm like, how? Like I have a Chat GBT joke that I'm like, this territory is like gonna be gentrified.
Oh, everyone's gonna have a.
Yeah, if they don't already. Like
you,
I
like-
saw Sam Morril do one already, and I'm like, all right. I mean, you just have to do it a little bit differently.
Yeah, and well, that's the thing, and it's also like if you, I guess that makes sense that if you were to interject and be like, hey, just so you know that, because there's some people who will really try to claim a whole topic. I don't think like professional comedians. When I first started, I did an open mic in Tampa, and this man came up to me after I did a bit, and he's like, hey, just so you know, I have a joke about drinking and driving. And I was like, are you out of your mind?
Yeah. Okay.
Also, instead of saying I did an open mic in Tampa, just say I'd hit rock bottom.
Yeah. Well, that was college for me.
In the future, just
where I
say my
started.
rock bottom.
My rock bottom.
That's an
so
old.
much
so
worse
funny,
than
though.
Tampa.
That's an old joke. That somebody, guys on the road used to be like, don't talk about women, don't talk about the president, don't talk, and it's like, all right.
Oh yeah, road headliners.
Yeah,
that are
like you're like, all right.
don't do any crowd work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I just was like, I at least knew enough at that point to
Yeah,
go.
like,
Yeah, no,
Drunk
no.
driving.
Yeah,
like
everyone
I'm not
drinks and drives.
opening for
It's
you.
Tampa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hello.
Also,
What
you're
else
not
am I
gonna
gonna-
make it.
Yeah. You're absolutely.
I'm in
Like in
college. What's your excuse?
Yeah. You're just, I know you drink and drive. That's-
You're drunk and you drove here.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're just talking about your day.
Yeah.
All right. I know nothing about either of you.
Okay.
You're from Tampa? You're from
no.
Florida.
Oh, it's a whole thing. I went to college in Florida. I was born in Germany.
Great. Military?
Yes. And moved to southern Mississippi when I was 3.
Okay.
And then in 6th grade, my mother drove me and my brother from Mississippi to Alaska. And that is where I,
On a dare.
on a whole lot of caffeine
bed.
pills.
Drunk and
and,
driving.
Was she on? She was on?
she was newly sober and got a job in Alaska, which is a psychotic thing to do, and was like, it's an adventure.
What was the job?
Working for the government. We all kind of have come to the conclusion my mom might be in the CIA, but at the time it was Fish and Wildlife. She was a
And
secretary.
you really believe it? She might be in the CIA?
Oh, when I went to college, she's like, all right, I'm going to go work abroad. And she worked in Iraq for 2 years, Afghanistan. Then she went to India for 3
Fish
months.
and wildlife.
Yeah, just
in Iraq.
I didn't know this. I'm
in
supposed to be your
Afghanistan.
good friend. I didn't
She
know
was
any of
in
this.
Korea
Fuck?
for 7 years. And she would be like, I won't be able to, hey, just letting you know, I won't be able to answer my phone for the next 48 hours because we're doing exercises. And
She just
I'd be
sweating
like,
the
yeah, I
oldies.
wasn't going to call you. I don't call
Yeah.
you. I'm not calling. Yeah, no, it's.
You do that with guys now, though, right? When you're
Yeah.
like, hey, if I don't, don't
I'm
try
gonna
calling
cry.
me.
For the next
For the
48
next
hours,
48
I'm
hours.
exercising.
Yeah, I can't I'm busy. So
Yeah.
not available.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
And then was there a dad ever?
my dad, oh God. When I was 8, my dad left me in a Waffle House.
Great.
And then my parents divorced not long after.
Great.
And we moved to
On
Alaska.
unrelated charges.
Yeah. You know, there was a
Not
lot
'cause of
of,
the
they were
waffle.
already unhappy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
not
yeah,
a,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
he retired from the military, got into amphetamines as you do sometimes and went a little wild.
Transitioned.
Yeah, into
meth, yeah.
I like to say he ascended into the highest version
Sure,
of himself.
sure.
Just, I guess literally, but we were still in contact. And like he lived in Florida, he moved to Florida, which is where you go when you abandon your family.
Sure.
He was him doing the open mic. That was
Yeah,
your
that
dad.
was. Hey, I have a. Do I know you?
We can't do the same jokes.
And so I maybe visited him twice throughout the time of living in Alaska.
Now there's a billboard when you enter Florida that says "Welcome Deadbeat Dads," right?
Yeah, no, that's
Welcome to Florida, Deadbeat
it's
Dads.
Pensacola
welcome.
Beach. That's
Yeah.
how you know you hit the state line.
Yeah, fantastic.
Just, you've made it. It's Deltona, Deadbeat Dadtona. And then my senior year of college, I went to college in Florida, so I'd go visit him. He's like 2.5 hours away. Go have dinner every once in a while, and then he disappeared again. My senior year of college. So
You fell for it again. Were you?
got me.
Are
Fool me
you-
twice. Where'd you go?
Are you? I find a lot of women I know have a lot of give a lot of leeway to their fathers in terms of behavior.
Oh yeah, it took me years to have the epiphany of like I had a whole story of
what happened in the Waffle House?
yeah, and like and because of my mom and like he when they got divorced he said, oh well I would take you but we have to take both of you and then your brother would have to go in court. I was 27 when I went, oh my God, my dad didn't want me ever.
Right.
But which is weird because I was created through artificial insemination because he couldn't have kids, which look, I'm gonna say it, no one likes me to say it. If you can't have kids, don't fucking have kids. But sorry, that's mean. But so they spent a ton of money just for him to be like
take the hint.
yeah, just to be like,
weren't supposed to.
You're
be.
right. I shouldn't
Yeah.
have had kids.
Yeah.
Like I could have saved a lot of money if I just
yeah.
trusted my body.
Right.
He's dead now, but I had like
Your dad is?
Yeah, he died in 2020. I saw him. I went and like visited, and that was a whole mind fuck. But I spent years like really angry at him, which I think
Right.
is understandable.
Yeah.
And then I went and we had our little forgiveness, and he died.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he was on a ventilator. It was a lot of nodding, and he had tears in his eyes. But it was
But it
like,
could have just been watering.
yeah, no, yeah, because the ventilator. It's,
Yeah,
yeah. Sure. I was like, he's
The IV
crying,
was
and like,
hooked into his
Yeah.
eyeball.
and the nurse goes in. No, that just happens. Don't worry. He's not sad at all.
Yeah. And he probably couldn't
he
hear you.
can't
over the
hear you
ventilator.
or see you.
No, well, you know what's wild is this is actually just gonna get so sad, and then we can move on. But like, maybe we don't need to say it. Never mind. Let's move on. So, anyway,
I was ready.
My life is so much more boring.
Did
than
you?
yours.
Did he
God.
apologize? Real quick. If we can go sad. This is my no notes.
it was.
Can we go back?
I mean, he couldn't actually say anything because he was on a ventilator.
Did you? All right. So did you get the feeling he was?
Yeah. He'd been under like they're like he's not really waking up. I flew
Was
there
this
under.
COVID related?
No, surprisingly, no. It was during COVID, but he was just an obese man who
Got
had
it.
COPD and then
Got
got a
it.
blood clot in both lungs
Yep.
and then just waited too long to go to the doctor. Classic mistake, whatever. So they put him on a ventilator. His last words were, "Don't forget to pick up my lottery tickets," to his wife. And I flew because I got a call. I was like, "Oh, okay. I guess this is what you do." I got a call that he's dying, and so I guess he's still alive. So I flew there, and the nurses walking me up, and they're like, he's probably not going to wake up. He hasn't been awake for a few days, but studies show that they can hear people in the room. So feel free to talk to him or whatever. And I walked in. I swear to God, I was like, because it was so fun. I was like, I haven't seen him in like 10 years. I was like, "Hey, Dad," and he woke up like right away. Fuck. I'm not going to cry in front of Neal Brennan. He hates crying. No notes.
No.
Cry. I don't know. It's not personal.
No.
It's your body's telling you to cry.
No, this is
It's got
your
nothing
fault.
to do with me or your dad. Even it's just your body.
I'm blaming
is having you're having a lady boner,
Yeah.
a water boner.
So yeah, we had like a kind of conversation-y type thing of like, I mean, he definitely had like at first it looked like, oh fuck, but like I think
He was,
yeah, and I do think me
surprised to
going
see
there
you
was
there.
like
Oh,
I
yeah,
was like surprised, but then I do think that sort of was like okay, like it
You're
was just like a
trying to
moment of
reconcile.
forgiveness.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
not to be like the most LA person ever,
Right.
but a psychic was like that's a moment you both learned how to forgive, and that you can be forgiven. And I was like, oh, that's a really beautiful way to look at
Yeah.
just waking up my dad whose nuts were out in his little hospital gown
Yeah.
and being
Nice.
like, ta-ta.
Dick sandwich.
Yeah. We're
And
back.
that, ladies and gentlemen, is why they call it a dick sandwich.
And that's the dick sandwich. It's a dick sub.
And you have the best, a fun family.
I have a fun family.
No, I mean, no one's got
Mine
a
is
perfect
a minute.
family.
No, mine's a born and
I'd
raised.
like to point out, I don't think I have a close up as a director.
Okay,
whatever.
Don't worry,
now
we'll
you're
cut.
directing.
Whatever.
You're
But
not
I'm-
even in the shot.
You're not.
Right,
You
that's
haven't
what I'm
been in it
saying.
all.
Like,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just.
Oh,
This
you
is all
never watched
voiceover?
it?
Yeah,
It's
This
just
is all
us.
voiceover?
It's
And
just us.
we design a cartoon based
I
on
love
you.
it. I love AI.
It's just we actually do a Jeff Dunham puppet afterwards. Of all the things you're saying.
Fantastic. I'll pay for it.
Yeah.
I'll cover it.
Yeah.
Your family, what?
Born and raised Toronto.
Oh, Toronto.
My
interesting.
grandparents are Bulgarian. They had an arranged marriage.
Hot.
My grandfather came to Toronto early 60s, and my baba came over, and then she pumped out 3 kids with him. She hated him. They got divorced. That was a big problem. Then me and my parents were high school sweethearts. Don't. A nightmare. Had me and my sister, and then I competitively Highland danced my entire life.
Highland dance.
Scottish dancing with the bagpipes and the kilts. No one's Scottish in my family. My mom dropped out of high school and started teaching at 19 years old. My dad dropped out of high school and started doing stuff for the Toronto Hydro. So both my parents are uneducated. And then I competitively danced from 3 to 18. My mom would force me as a child. I'd have to come home on my recess and my lunch break and practice.
It was their idea.
Oh yeah, my mom. I did it my whole life. I literally I had no
How
friends.
did she hear about it?
She was at a birthday party, and my grandma's like, "That looks fun. You should do that." And then that was it. My mom literally dropped out of high school and did this her whole life.
Dropped out of high
my mom
school.
Still,
Oh, so she did it, and
my
then
mom, yes.
she.
She did it, and then my mom became a teacher. My mom is still a touring Highland dancing teacher, judge, examiner.
That's got to be a wild tour,
It was been a weird
like
life.
Motley Crue.
Yeah, it's the same. This is the second time Motley Crue has come up on episodes this week. Yeah,
Great.
yeah.
And both me and my mom both have mullets
It's
like Motley Crue, so I think maybe that's what it is. And that's that.
No notes.
No notes. Neal, thank you
Think
so
about
much.
what I'm saying though, with the no note. I want everybody to think about it. All the slobs.
We're
Keep
thinking
giving
about it.
notes. I love notes.
I just
We're
think
thinking
it's
about it.
like, what good is this note gonna do me? It might help you.
So you've never gotten a note that you're like, I actually didn't know I did that. Not once. Have you gone, oh, I didn't know it came off that way?
There are certain things like on your phone too much at dinner or whatever, like that are within reason. But I think like get an office. I mean,
Well, that's an insane
Well, yeah,
note.
that was nuts.
I had to get
To
rid
give
of
anyone any notes when you're living in their house for free.
I've had to
That's
get rid of like I've gotten rid of furniture,
Posters, movie
got in
posters on the
trouble
wall.
for not. No, I'm not a hack. That's the thing. It's like I didn't have a Scarface poster. Like you know what
How
I
are
mean?
you
Like,
even getting women?
I had, but like I got in trouble for not picking wallpaper with her, even though it was my apartment. Just like, how is this?
You're like, I'm letting you wallpaper my home.
anything?
Yeah.
How is this? I hired the decorator she wanted me to hire. Like, just shit where it's like, this is so far beyond.
I think those notes are more about the women you're picking.
Of course they are, but I've yet to meet the woman who's like, yeah, I did date a woman who was like, why would I yell at an adult man? And I was like, I don't know, but they've all done it.
I love that.
You got to
Yeah.
find one who wears jorts. Okay, we got to end this.
Look,
You're not getting big juicy tits and no notes. There's a notepad in the tits.
Neal
It's
Brennan,
out.
thank you for coming and doing slobs.
my pleasure. Don't say that I never said you were funny, because
I didn't say that. I was just
coming here. I
didn't
was
say
a
that.
tacit
Acknowledgement that you're not
endorsement of what you two gals are doing.
Neal Brennan thinks we're funny. Follow Slobs.
I'm
Go
putting
follow
that in my
Neal. Go watch his
profile.
Netflix specials, for God's sakes.
Let
Yeah.
me get in the single for a second. Hello, it's me, guys. Surprise! It was me the
You've been
whole
here
time.
The whole time. You've been on camera the whole time. Follow Slobs. Follow Neal. That's that.
But
yeah.
why do I have to share a close up with you? She's got her own close up.
We just weren't
Well, we
sure
have
you
it
could carry a
wide.
close up.
Oh, you bitch.
You're more of a director, you know.
Yeah.
Look, it's just if we had two guests, there'd be a guest here. It's
I
just,
get it. No, I
It's
get
a
it. But I'm
sauna in
saying, move it.
Okay, we're leaving.
We're done. Thank
God
you.
bless.
Follow Neal. Thank you, Neal. Bye.
God.
Follow the podcast at SlobsPod.
Follow me at Steph Tolev.
Follow me everywhere on the internet at JMS Comedy.